Welcome to Hormones and Hustle, the podcast for ambitious women over 35 who want to feel energized, focused, and powerful again without sacrificing their well being. I'm your host, Norma Cuevas, holistic health coach and hormone specialist. Let's get into today's episode. Hola, hola, hello, hello. Welcome to the podcast. Today we are talking about something almost every woman over 30 has experienced and almost every woman have blamed herself for, and it's why I'm always tired and it's my fault, and it's not. Let's talk about a little bit more how the cortisol levels are impacting you. If you feel tired all the time, even after sleeping, even after coffee, even when you're trying to do everything right, can I see those hands up? Because I am there. I want you to really listen to this. It's not your age, it's not lack of discipline, and it's not that something is wrong with you. In many cases, it's your cortisol. And today I'm going to walk you through what's actually happening in your body, why this gets worse after 40, why rest isn't giving you energy, and what you can start doing today. One of the most common things I hear from women is, I'm exhausted, but I don't understand why. And that's the hardest part because you're not doing anything wrong, but your body feels drained, inflamed, low energy, and at the same time, wired. Tired, but wired. That is a classic sign of cortisol dysregulation. What is cortisol? Let's start from the beginning. Cortisol is a hormone produced by your adrenal glands, and the job of cortisol is to help you respond to stress, regulate blood sugar, wake you up in the morning, give you energy. Cortisol is not your enemy. It sounds like it is, but it's actually is not. You need that cortisol to survive, to live, and to have the energy to go through your day. The problem is when it stops following its natural rhythm. Your body runs on something called the circadian rhythm. In a healthy pattern, cortisol rises in the morning, you wake up energized, gradually declines through the day, is low at night, allowing for that deep sleep that you want. Okay? And this is where things shift because what happened after 40? Your progesterone is declining. And progesterone is the calming hormone, and it helps you regulate the nervous system, improve your sleep, reduce anxiety. And as progesterone drops during perimenopause, your body becomes more sensitive to stress. And that is not what we want, right? I have to say that that was my first sign that I was in perimenopause. I started having anxiety, and I never had anxiety before. I always feel in my body like super like heavy all the time. And I was tired, of course, all the time. And I start gaining fat around my tummy. And as progesterone drops during perimenopause, your body becomes more sensitive to stress, and progesterone is the first hormone that starts fluctuating and going down. All right? Second, your nervous system becomes more reactive. After years of stress, responsibility, poor recovery, your body adapts to survival mode. And this is something super important to understand. Our changes in progesterone, estrogen, that they are going to decline when perimenopause starts in any moment after 35. What happened is that we see this, right? And this is something that is going to happen. But actually, what we don't see is that we have been in a stress mode, in survival mode for years and years. That happened to me last year in 2025 after being in a weight that I didn't like, but I was doing like everybody else, everything right, eating well, doing my exercise. I totally understand that what I need to do is to start giving my body that safety message that we are okay, and my nervous system start feeling that okay, we are safe here, and that's the moment the cortisol start um, balance a little bit more, and everything starts changing. My energy came back. I was sleeping better. My weight start like going down, responding. And you think you are supposed to know, and uh, you like, I'm sorry, you don't think. I was thinking um, that I have all this information. I work with hormones. I work with women in perimenopause, and how that I know all this, I can lose the weight. And you know, yeah, I have all the information, but at the same time, I wasn't giving my body what it was asking for, and is to be safe. I focused all 2025 on that, and I lose my weight. I have energy. I'm sleeping well, and the anxiety is barely there. So this is something really, really important that I did for myself, and that helps a lot. Okay. I was living in survival mode for years and years and years. And cortisol loses its rhythm. Instead of a smooth curves, you get low energy in the morning, energy at night, waking up at 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, needing caffeine to function. You're not tired because you need more rest. You're tired because your body can exist that stress mode. And if you're listening to this and thinking, this is exactly how I feel, I want you to know that this is something we can actually work on. That's exactly why I create my 30-day cortisol reset. Inside this program, I guide you step by step to regulate your nervous system, lower cortisol naturally, rebuild your energy, and feel calm in your body again. So if this is something that resonates with you, I will leave the link in the description so you can join us. We start March 30. This is the first time I'm going to do it like in a group, and that's why it's gonna be at 50% off. So this is the moment to grab it before March 30, and I will see you there. We'll be more than happy. So what are the signs your cortisol is dysregulated? Let's see if you recognize yourself here. You wake up tired even after sleeping. You depend on coffee. You feel anxious for no clear reason. You wake up in the middle of the night. You crave sugar. Your body feels inflamed. You struggle to relax. One of the things that actually is happening to me is the craving of more sugar, and of course that have a total explanation about insulin and how that sensitivity is not there, um, but is it was a thing. So this is not a motivation problem. This is physiology. Many women try to fix this by doing more workouts, eating less, pushing harder, and that often makes it worse because your body is already stressed. Okay, so we don't need more. You don't need perfection, you need regulation. So what we can do? Walk daily. Walking tells your body we are safe. This is one of the most underrated tools for cortisol. Of course, walking in a relaxed way, you know. If you follow me for a long time, and if you see any of my TikToks and Holistic Norma, You can definitely see that that's one of my non-negotiables, because I walk like super relaxed. It doesn't matter if I'm walking outside of or I'm walking in my pad and my walking pad. I am going like slow. It's not slow like a turtle, but slow. I'm not trying to raise my heart to so much. I'm just want to walk, okay? And that's definitely keeps me regulated. Um, Second, eat enough protein. This stabilizes your blood sugar, and when your blood sugar is stable, that reduces the cortisol spikes. Always cortisol and insulin works together. So if they're high, they're gonna be both at the same time high. Morning sunlight, this is gonna help reset your circadian rhythm, so you're gonna have better energy and better sleep too. Reduce stimulation at night. Your body needs a signal that it's time to slow down. So those, like when you listen to something like create your night routine, this is not have to have 10 steps. This just have to give your body that reset, like that signal that we are going to sleep. And one of the things that you want to start like reducing is the light of your computer, your phone. So start reading, maybe journaling, maybe meditation at that time. I love to stretch before going to sleep. So do something that actually doesn't have to have any technology, and you will see a big difference. Do it at least 30 minutes before, and from there you can build it a little bit more, but you will see the difference. And last but not less important, less intensity, more consistency. You don't need to do more. You don't need to do more workouts. You don't need to do more and more and more. Do less. Do walks. Lift your weights 2, 3 times per week, 20 to 30 minutes the workout. You don't need more. You will see if you go slower, less intensity, but consistent, give that your body that routine, that discipline. I started in 2026 going back to routines. I was a really old routine person, doing my meal preps, a morning routine, a night routine, and all routine. And when you have kids, you lose that routine, um, for a good reason, right? But I see that if I'm out of routine, like everything, that just go with the flow, that it gives me more stress. So, what is a routine? Okay, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna do this, and this. Before going to sleep, I'm gonna write down what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and I'm gonna set a time for each of the things that I'm gonna do. I'm not trying to pack my calendar. I'm just trying to schedule some things, and the more you do the same and repeat, you're giving your um, body that signal that I am safe. Exercise, do the same exercise, but maybe the weights can be more, or heavier, or do more reps, something like that. But that consistency will give your body that, like, um, I'm safe. This is what I do, you know? So if you feel exhausted, you're not failing. Your body's trying to protect you, but it's been in survival mode for so long. And now it needs supports to feel safe again, regulate, and restore real energy. If this episode helped you, share it with another woman, because you know what? We are all in this same situation if we are more than 35, because this is so common and not talked about enough. Thank you for being here. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. This is the way that you can share, you can give that love to me and help me get to more and more people, the most subscribers the podcast have. And I will see you in our next episode.